Inhale, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Draw your knees and hips back. Pull your ribs in. Take a big step to the back of your mat with your right foot. Crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips up. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Spin your back heel around, sit back into a side lunge, bending your right knee deeply. Bring your palms together. Turn towards the back of your mat and place your left knee down. Grab a set of blocks. Bring your blocks so they're underneath your shoulders and sink your hips here, coming into a low lunge. We're shifting our hips back, moving with our blocks, and lifting our right leg up. Planting your right foot and shifting forward once again into your low lunge. Moving back and forth between these two positions, low lunge into your half split with the leg lift. Just firing up your quad muscles, the top of your thighs or the front of your thighs. Pressing into your blocks, rounding your spine, pulling your ribs in to lift your leg up, and then slowly lower your foot back towards the floor, bend your knee, and come into your low lunge. Repeat this 5 times, always thinking about moving mindfully. When you get to the last leg lift, hold it there for a couple of seconds and then slowly release. Plant your palms and stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, make your way forward into plank. Exhale, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Repeating the same sequence on the other side. Stepping, big step back with your left foot. Find crescent lunge here once again. Lower your hips. Pull your ribs in. Grab your blocks and place them towards the back of your mat. Should have done this before, but we're doing it now. Spin your back heel around and sit back into your side lunge. Hips are reaching back, knees deeply bent. Grab your blocks and turn to the front of your mat once again, finding your low lunge. Lift your chest up, relax through your shoulders and neck. Sink your hips. Shifting your hips back, lifting your left leg up, shifting your hips forward, low lunge. Moving backward and forward, matching the movement with your breath. Be mindful not to place the block on your cat's tail. Good work. 5 reps here. Remembering to hold the leg lift for a few breaths or a few seconds once you finish your 5th rep. It's quite tough. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Then slowly place your left foot firmly on your mat. Move your blocks off to the side. Step back, downward facing dog. You can choose to do your vinyasa or you can rest in downward facing dog. The choice is entirely up to you. Meeting up in downward facing dog if you decided to flow, and step to the top of your mat. Move your blocks out of the way. Heel toe your feet so that your big toes touch and a little bit of space between your heels. Sitting back into chair pose once again, bringing your hands to your heart. Really squeeze your glutes and squeeze your leg muscles strongly towards each other here. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, twist over to your right. Keeping your hips flush and your hips square and your knees flush with each other. Lift your left foot, bringing your heel to your sitting bone. Reach to the back of the mat with your left foot. Continue or maintaining your twisted position here, coming into a twisted prayer lunge. Just getting my balance, a little wobbly there. Firing up your inner thighs and drawing them towards each other. Spin your back heel around and down, find warrior 2. I might need to adjust here, move a little bit further to the back of my mat. Yep, think I'll do that. Just want to make sure I don't cut too much of my head off here. Finding your warrior 2. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale to shift forward into balancing half moon pose. Moving through this flow, reverse warrior to half moon pose 5 times. Really extending through your legs and your arms. Feel the strength of your legs hold you in your pose and activating your inner thighs to help you find stability as you move between 2 movements. For our 5th rep, slightly bend your knee here. Float your fingertips off the floor. Extend through your floating leg and extend through the crown of your head. Keep holding it. Then slowly lower your back leg. Reverse your warrior one more time here. And then spiral your hands down and step back, downward facing dog. Shifting forward into your high plank. Lower into your low push-up position. Pressing up into up dog and exhaling, downward facing dog. Stepping to the top of your mat. Remember, feet are together. Inner thighs are actively drawing towards each other. Sitting back, weight is in your heels, bringing your hands to your heart. Gently press your palms in towards each other. You might start to feel your legs really working by now. Twisting over to your left. Picking your right foot up, drawing your heel close towards your sitting bone, and extending your right foot way to the back of your mat. Twisted prayer lunge. Just shifting your left butt cheek over to your right to keep your hips square. Lift your right inner thigh up. Heel is nice and high in your back leg. Spin your back heel around and down. Find your warrior 2 here. Reverse your warrior and shifting forward into balancing half moon. Whoops, lost my balance a bit there. Came out of that a bit sooner than I planned on. You do want your fingertips to be lightly resting on the floor as you shift into balancing half moon. And you want your wrist to be directly underneath your shoulder. So your hand placement is roughly about the upper corner of your mat. Flowing through here 5 times. When you get to your 5th rep, holding your balancing half moon, and try extending or floating your fingers off of your mat and just hold it there and breathe. Allow this breath to be super expansive. Reach through every single part of your body that you can reach here. Your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head. A little bit of a bend in your knee to activate your leg muscles that much more and get into your glutes. Slowly plant your back foot, reverse your warrior one more time here, and then cartwheel your hands down and move through your vinyasa. Or take rest in down dog or child's pose. Remembering to always stay connected to our breath and paying attention to whether we've lost that connection. It's a great indicator that maybe we need to take a break. Step into the top of our mat once again, feet at hip width distance. Inhale to sweep our arms up and exhale, sitting back, chair pose once again. Lower your arms to shoulder height with your palms facing down. Lift your heels up as high as you can, pressing into your big toe mounds for balance in chair pose. Firing up your inner thighs towards each other. Slowly lower your heels, but don't lose the connection between your inner thighs. Extend your right leg out behind you, coming into warrior 3. Bring your hands to your heart. Continue to hold. And then let's start to bend through our standing leg 5 times. Single leg, warrior 3 squat. Let's call it that. Strong floating leg, strong standing leg. On your 5th one, hold your squat. Keep holding it, keep squeezing your glutes, keep pushing through the heel of your floating leg. Slowly bend your right knee and transition through a pistol squat. Lower yourself to the floor. 5 leg lifts here on your right side. Reaching through your toes, plant your palms, step your right foot to the back of your mat, crescent lunge. Sink your hips, lift your right inner thigh up, pull your ribs in, reach up, side body long. Plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling into plank pose, shifting forward slightly, exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up to up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. I feel like I should call this downward facing cat because Miko's almost always present when I practice. Slowly step into the top of your mat, making your way up, coming into our second side. Sitting way back, chair pose. Lower your arms to shoulder height, palms face down, lift your heels up. Press into your big toe mound, see if you can lift your heels up even higher. If this is difficult for you, you can try to place blocks underneath your heels and hold it there. Pulling your ribs in, keep holding it. Slowly lower your heels, prepare for warrior 3. Hands to heart, extend strongly through your back leg, so your left leg is coming back now. Once you find stability, move through your single leg squats. Nice and easy with control. I'm starting to shake. I have a little bit of, it's a bit harder for me to balance on my right leg, funny enough. And I'm right hand dominant, right side dominant. But I find my stability on my left side is much stronger. Hold your squat. Slowly transition through your pistol squat and lower yourself all the way down towards your mat. Extend through your left knee, reach and lower and lift your leg 5 times. Plant your hands and step way back with your left foot to the back of your mat. Find your crescent lunge here. Reaching up, side body super long. Planting your palms. One last vinyasa here together. Moving forward into our plank. Nice strong high plank. Shift forward. Lower as you exhale. Excuse Miko there, who's decided now is the time to have a bath. And finding downward facing dog. You can choose to rest in your downward facing dog, or you can make your way into child's pose. Bringing your arms by your side with your palms facing up and allowing your shoulder blades to slide off to the side of your rib cage. Just melting here. Feel free to stay here for as long as you need, or you can make your way into Shavasana. The choice is yours once again, based on how you're feeling. I want to thank you so much for flowing with me today. It's been my pleasure. Be free, be true, be you. Namaste. Good job, Miko.